I want you to try something right now. Close your eyes and vividly imagine achieving your biggest goal. Feel the emotions, see the details. Did you know that your brain can't tell the difference between this visualization and reality? That's the power of mental rehearsal, and it's just the tip of the iceberg of what I'm about to share with you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal a formula that combines quantum physics, neuroplasticity, and the law of attraction. It's a powerful blend of science and spirituality that can transform your life. You'll learn how to rewire your brain, harness invisible energies, and manifest your desires. Imagine if you could tap into these invisible energies and use them to transform your life. Sound too good to be true? It's not. In fact, cutting-edge research in quantum physics and neuroscience is revealing how our thoughts and intentions can literally reshape our reality. Keep watching until the end, because I'm about to share a formula that will change everything and make you rethink how you view manifestation to make it actually work in your life. Have you ever wondered if your thoughts could actually change the world around you? It might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but believe it or not, quantum physics suggests this might be more than just wishful thinking. Let's dive into a mind-bending concept called the observer effect. Imagine you're looking at a particle, tiny, invisible to the naked eye. Now, here's where it gets weird. That particle doesn't have a fixed state until you observe it. It's like it's in limbo, existing as a cloud of possibilities, but the moment you look at it, bam, it snaps into a definite state. Your act of observing actually affects the particle's behavior. Sounds crazy, right? But this isn't just some wild theory. It's been demonstrated in the famous double-slit experiment. When scientists aren't watching, particles behave like waves, creating an interference pattern. But when they observe the particles, they act like, well, particles. It's as if the particles know they're being watched. Now, you might be thinking, that's cool and all, but what does this have to do with my life? Well, more than you might think. This principle suggests that our attention and focus can actually shape the reality around us. It's not just about subatomic particles. This concept might apply to our everyday experiences too. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how focusing on positive thoughts seems to bring more positive experiences into your life? Or how dwelling on negative thoughts can make everything feel gloomier? That's not just coincidence. It might be the observer effect at work in your daily life. Dr. Joe Dispenza puts it this way: our brain and body respond to mental rehearsal as if the event is actually happening. When you vividly imagine achieving your goals, your brain starts creating new neural pathways. It's like you're programming your body to prepare for that future you're imagining. But it goes even deeper than that. According to the law of attraction, our thoughts and emotions create an electromagnetic field around our body. This field is constantly communicating with what scientists call the quantum field, a sea of potential realities. By changing our thoughts and emotions, we alter this electromagnetic field, potentially attracting a new reality from the quantum field. It's a bit like tuning a radio. Your thoughts and emotions are the dial, and the reality you experience is the station you're tuned into. Want to change the station? Change your thoughts and emotions. Max Planck, a pioneering physicist, once said, "All matter arises from conscious and intelligent mind." In other words, our consciousness might be the foundation of our reality. It's not just about positive thinking. It's about actively shaping the world around us through our focused attention and intention. So how can you put this into practice? Start by being more aware of your thoughts and feelings. Are they aligned with the reality you want to create? Try visualizing your goals in vivid detail, feeling the emotions as if you've already achieved them. Remember Dr. Dispenza's son? He manifested his dream job by writing down specific details and feeling the emotions of already having it. These hidden energies, the quantum field, your thoughts, your emotions, they're influencing your destiny every moment. The question is, are you harnessing them consciously, or are you letting them shape your reality by default? Have you ever wished you could rewire your brain for success? Well, what if I told you that you're already doing it every single day? That's right. Your brain is constantly changing, adapting, and reshaping itself based on your thoughts and experiences. This incredible ability is called neuroplasticity, and it's the key to unlocking your full potential. Think about your brain like a vast network of roads. Every time you have a thought or experience, you're creating a new path. The more you travel down that path, the stronger and wider it becomes. This is how habits form, both good and bad. But here's the exciting part. You have the power to choose which paths you reinforce and which ones you let fade away. Now you might be wondering, how does this relate to the law of attraction we talked about earlier? Well, it's all connected. When you focus on positive thoughts and visualize your goals, you're not just sending out good vibes into the universe. You're literally rewiring your brain to perceive opportunities and attract positive outcomes into your life. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist and author, puts it this way: with every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every event you experience, you're acting as an epigenetic engineer of your own cells. You control your destiny. That's pretty powerful stuff, right? But it's not just about thinking happy thoughts, it's about consistently reinforcing the neural pathways that support your goals and dreams. Remember how we talked about the observer effect in quantum physics? Well, neuroplasticity is like the observer effect for your brain. By consciously directing your attention and intention, you're shaping the very structure of your mind. Let's get practical for a moment. How can you use this knowledge in your daily life? Well, let's say you're trying to overcome a fear of public speaking. Every time you imagine yourself confidently delivering a speech, you're strengthening the neural pathways associated with confidence and public speaking. You're literally rewiring your brain for success. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your brain doesn't distinguish between actual experiences and vividly imagined ones. Dr. Dispenza explains, your brain makes a different type of chemical messenger, a neuropeptide, and it sends it out to the cells in your body. Your brain and body begin to believe they're actually living in the new experience in the present moment. This is why visualization techniques are so powerful. When you vividly imagine achieving your goals, you're not just daydreaming. You're stimulating your brain's neural circuitry and creating new neural maps that reinforce your beliefs and make your goals more attainable. Want to know something cool? Jim Carrey, the famous actor, used this exact technique to manifest his success. He wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered when he was still a struggling actor. He kept that check in his wallet, visualizing his success every day. And guess what? A few years later, he received exactly $10 million for his role in Dumb and Dumber. Now you might be thinking, that's great for Jim Carrey, but how can I apply this in my everyday life? Well, it's simpler than you might think. Start by paying attention to your thoughts and consciously choosing to focus on positive outcomes. When you catch yourself dwelling on negative thoughts, gently redirect your focus to what you want to achieve. Try this. The next time you face a challenging situation, instead of seeing it as a problem, reframe it as an opportunity for growth. This simple shift in perception can create new neural pathways that make you more resilient and adaptable. Remember, every thought you have is either reinforcing old patterns or creating new ones. So why not choose thoughts that serve your highest goals? By harnessing the power of neuroplasticity, you're not just changing your mind, you're changing your brain, and ultimately, your reality. Have you ever felt a deep connection with someone, even when they're far away? Maybe you've thought of a friend right before they called, or sensed when a loved one was in trouble. These experiences might seem like mere coincidence, but what if I told you there's a scientific principle that could explain them? Welcome to the mind-bending world of quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a real phenomenon that scientists have observed. Imagine two particles that are so deeply connected that whatever happens to one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart they are. It's like they're sharing a secret language that defies the laws of space and time. Now you might be wondering, what does this have to do with me and my goals? Well, here's where it gets really interesting. Some researchers believe that this principle of interconnectedness doesn't just apply to tiny particles. It might extend to our thoughts and intentions too. Think about it for a moment. If particles can influence each other across vast distances, could our thoughts and intentions have a similar effect on the world around us? It's a fascinating possibility that bridges the gap between science and spirituality. Dr. Joe Dispenza suggests that our thoughts are electric and our emotions are magnetic. Together, they create an electromagnetic field around our bodies. This field, according to Dispenza, communicates with what scientists call the quantum field, a vast sea of potential realities. But here's the kicker. By changing our thoughts and emotions, we might be able to influence this quantum field and attract new realities into our lives. It's like we're all connected to this invisible web of energy, and our thoughts and intentions are the threads we can pull to shape our experiences. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds pretty out there. Where's the proof? Well, while we can't yet measure the direct impact of our thoughts on distant events, there's growing evidence that supports the idea of interconnectedness in the universe. Remember the observer effect we talked about earlier? It showed that the mere act of observing a particle can change its behavior. If our attention can influence particles, is it so far-fetched to think it might influence events and people in our lives too? Here's something to ponder. Have you ever noticed how focusing on positive thoughts seems to bring more positive experiences into your life? Or how a room full of negative energy can bring everyone down? These everyday experiences might be small-scale examples of how our thoughts and intentions ripple out into the world. But let's take it a step further. What if we could harness this interconnectedness to create positive change, not just in our lives, but in the world around us? Imagine if a group of people focused their intentions on peace or healing. Could their combined thoughts have a tangible impact? Some researchers believe they might. Studies on meditation and prayer have shown intriguing results, suggesting that focused intention might have effects beyond what we can currently measure or understand. So how can you put this knowledge into practice? Start by being more mindful of your thoughts and intentions. Remember, according to quantum entanglement, every thought you have might be sending ripples through the fabric of reality. Why not make those ripples positive ones? Try this. Next time you're facing a challenge or working towards a goal, take a moment to visualize the outcome you want. Feel the emotions associated with achieving that goal. According to Dr. Dispenza, this combination of thought and emotion creates a powerful electromagnetic field that communicates with the quantum field. But don't stop there. Extend your positive intentions beyond yourself. Send good thoughts to your loved ones, your community, even to strangers. You never know. Those thoughts might be creating real, positive change in ways we can't yet measure. The concept of quantum entanglement reminds us that we're all connected in ways we're only beginning to understand. Your thoughts and intentions aren't just confined to your mind. They're interacting with the world around you in subtle but powerful ways. So why not make the most of this connection? Use your thoughts to shape not just your reality, but to contribute positively to the world around you. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly attract opportunities, while others struggle to catch a break? It's as if they're tuned into a different frequency, picking up signals that others miss. Well, what if I told you that this isn't just luck or coincidence? It's actually a powerful mechanism in your brain called selective attention, and it's shaping your reality in ways you might not even realize. Think of your brain as the world's most sophisticated filter. Every second, it's bombarded with millions of bits of information from your environment. But here's the kicker. You're consciously aware of only a tiny fraction of this data. Your brain is constantly making split-second decisions about what's important and what's not, based on your beliefs, expectations, and focus. Remember that gorilla experiment, the one where people are so focused on counting basketball passes that they completely miss a person in a gorilla suit walking through the scene? That's selective attention in action. It shows just how much our focus can blind us to other aspects of reality. Now here's where it gets really interesting. This filtering process isn't just about what you see, it's about how you experience your entire reality. If you believe opportunities are scarce, guess what? Your brain will literally filter out potential opportunities around you. It's as if your mind is programmed to ignore them. But wait, it gets even crazier. When we believe we don't deserve happiness or success, we unconsciously dismiss situations that could lead to these positive outcomes. It's like we're wearing blinders, only they're invisible, and we don't even know they're there. So how can you use this knowledge to your advantage? Well, it's all about consciously directing your thoughts towards what you want, rather than what you fear or don't want. Remember, the more you reinforce certain patterns through focus, the more your reality will reflect those patterns. Here's a simple technique to start reprogramming your reality filter. Next time you're in a situation that usually stresses you out, maybe a busy day at work or a crowded social event, try consciously looking for things to be grateful for. It might feel forced at first, but stick with it. You're training your brain to seek out the positive, even in challenging situations. Another powerful tool is visualization. When you vividly imagine achieving your goals, you're literally programming your brain to notice opportunities that align with those goals. It's like you're tuning your internal radio to the frequency of success. But here's the real magic. As you train your attention to seek solutions and growth opportunities, you begin to reprogram your mind to see the environment more positively and productively. It's a feedback loop of positivity and possibility. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do I maintain this focus when life gets tough? Well, that's where conscious attention comes in. To create and live the life we desire, we need to be aware of how we direct our thoughts and actions. It's about making a conscious choice, moment by moment, to focus on what serves us rather than what holds us back. Remember, your brain is constantly using past memories to predict and react to current situations. By consciously choosing positive focus and visualization, you're creating new, empowering memories for your brain to draw upon. You're literally rewriting your brain's playbook for how to interpret and respond to the world around you. So next time you find yourself dwelling on fears or limitations, pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what would I rather focus on? What reality am I choosing to create? Because make no mistake, with every thought, every focus of attention, you are programming your reality filter. The question is, are you doing it consciously or by default? You have endless wealth within your grasp. Recognize their existence inside yourself. A magnetized piece of iron can lift about 12 times its own weight. If demagnetized, it cannot even lift a feather. Similarly, there are confident, magnetized individuals as well as demagnetized ones filled with uncertainties and anxieties. The master secret of the ages. This secret is the incredible, miraculous power that resides in your own subconscious mind. It is often the last place people would search for it, which is why so few ever discover it. The incredible power of your subconscious. Once you learn to access and unleash the latent power of your subconscious mind, you can invite more power, more riches, more health, more happiness, and more joy into your life. You do not need to obtain this power, you already possess it. However, you must learn how to utilize it in all areas of your life. Within your subconscious depths lie boundless wisdom, boundless power, and an infinite abundance of all that is essential. If you begin to acknowledge these potentials of your deeper mind, they will manifest in the external world. As long as you are open-minded and receptive, the boundless intelligence within your subconscious mind can disclose everything you require to know at any moment and in any place. You can receive fresh thoughts and concepts, develop new innovations, make new discoveries, and create new artistic pieces through this power. With this power, you can attract the perfect partner and the right business collaborator. It can guide you on securing all the financial resources you need, granting you financial independence. In your subconscious mind, you will find a resolution for every predicament and the root cause for every outcome. Now, before you start feeling betrayed by your own brain, let me tell you something exciting. You have the power to reprogram your subconscious. Yes, you heard that right. You can actually rewire your mind for success. And I'm about to show you how. Think of your subconscious as a super powerful computer. It's constantly running in the background, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and actions. But here's the thing. This computer is running on old software that was installed years ago, maybe even in your childhood. And let's face it, some of that software might be a bit buggy. But what if you could update that software? What if you could install a new program that's aligned with your goals and dreams? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. There are 3 powerful techniques that can help you reprogram your subconscious: affirmations, visualizations, and meditation. Now, I know what you're thinking. Affirmations? Isn't that just repeating cheesy phrases in the mirror? Well, not quite. Affirmations are like nuggets of positivity that you feed your subconscious. When you repeat phrases like, "I am worthy of a job that brings me joy," you're actually creating new neural pathways in your brain. It's like you're laying down a new road for your thoughts to travel on. But here's where it gets really interesting. Joe Dispenza explains that when you keep your focus on a future event and don't let other thoughts distract you, you turn down the volume on the neural circuits connected to the old self, which begins to turn off the old genes, and you fire and wire new neural circuits. Now let's talk about visualization. Have you ever daydreamed about achieving your goals? Well, it turns out that daydreaming might be more powerful than you think. When you vividly imagine your ideal life, you're actually helping your subconscious mind accept these scenarios as possible and real. But here's the mind-blowing part. Joe Dispenza says, your brain doesn't know the difference between having an actual experience in your life and just thinking about the experience. This means that when you visualize, your brain and body start to believe they're actually living that new experience right now. And then there's meditation. Now I know what you're thinking. I can't sit still for 5 minutes, let alone meditate. But hear me out. Meditation isn't just about sitting cross-legged and chanting Om. It's about accessing deep states of introspection where you can introduce new beliefs into your subconscious mind. So how can you put all this into practice? Start small. Set aside a few minutes each day for affirmations and visualization. Choose a quiet time when you won't be interrupted. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and really feel the emotions associated with achieving your goals. For meditation, try starting with just 5 minutes a day. Focus on your breath, and when your mind wanders, which it will, gently bring your attention back. It's like training a puppy. It takes patience and consistency. Remember, reprogramming your subconscious isn't an overnight process. It's like going to the gym for your mind. You wouldn't expect to bench press 300 pounds on your first day, right? The same goes for your mental muscles. But with consistent practice, you'll start to notice changes. Your thoughts will become more positive. You'll start seeing opportunities where you once saw obstacles. And most importantly, you'll begin to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your dreams. So are you ready to upgrade your mental software? Are you ready to reprogram your subconscious for success? The power is in your hands, or should I say, in your mind. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt your mood shift? Maybe you felt energized in a bright, open space or calm in a cozy nook. Well, what if I told you that you could harness this power to create an environment that literally propels you towards your goals? Sounds pretty amazing, right? Let's talk about something I like to call environmental engineering. No, I'm not talking about building bridges or designing water systems. I'm talking about crafting your personal success ecosystem. It's about surrounding yourself with reminders of your dreams and aspirations, creating a space that constantly nudges you in the right direction. Think about it. How often do you see symbols of your goals in your daily life? If you're like most people, probably not very often. But imagine if everywhere you looked, you saw reminders of what you're working towards. It's like having a cheering squad for your dreams, available 24/7. This is where visual anchors come in. These are objects, images, or even words that instantly connect you to your goals. Maybe it's a picture of your dream vacation spot on your fridge, or a motivational quote taped to your mirror. These aren't just decorations, they're powerful triggers for your subconscious mind. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember how we talked about the brain not being able to tell the difference between reality and vivid imagination? Well, when you surround yourself with symbols of your goals, you're essentially tricking your brain into believing you're already living that reality. Pretty cool, huh? So how do you start transforming your personal spaces? It's simpler than you might think. Start by identifying the areas where you spend the most time. Your bedroom, your office, maybe even your car. Then think about your goals. What images or objects represent those goals to you? For example, if your goal is to start a successful business, you might put up a mock-up of your company logo. If you're working towards a fitness goal, you could display your target outfit. The key is to make these reminders visible and meaningful to you. But don't stop there. Think about all your senses. Maybe you could use a particular scent that reminds you of success, or play music that motivates you. The more senses you involve, the more powerful the effect. Now let's talk about a really cool technique called habit stacking. Have you heard of it? It's a game changer when it comes to personal transformation. But what exactly is habit stacking, and how can you use it? Habit stacking is like building a tower of good habits, one block at a time. The idea is to attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already brush your teeth every night, and I hope you do, you could stack a new habit on top of that, like reading for 10 minutes before bed. The beauty of habit stacking is that it takes advantage of the brain's natural tendency to create routines. By linking a new habit to an established one, you're giving it a better chance of sticking. It's like piggybacking on the success of your existing habits. So how can you use habit stacking for personal transformation? Start by identifying a habit you already do consistently. Then think of a small, positive habit you want to add to your routine. The key word here is small. We're talking tiny steps, not giant leaps. For example, if you want to start meditating, you could stack it onto your morning coffee routine. After I pour my coffee, I'll sit and meditate for 2 minutes. See how simple that is? You're not trying to overhaul your entire life overnight. You're just adding one small, positive action to something you already do. Remember, the goal is to make these new habits feel as natural and automatic as brushing your teeth. It might feel awkward at first, but stick with it. Before you know it, you'll have built a whole tower of positive habits, each one supporting your journey towards your goals. By combining environmental engineering with habit stacking, you're creating a powerful ecosystem for success. You're not just thinking about your goals, you're living them, breathing them, surrounding yourself with them. And that, my friend, is how you start turning dreams into reality. Remember when we talked about quantum physics and how your thoughts shape reality? Or how neuroplasticity allows you to rewire your brain for success? These are the building blocks of a formula that can unlock your true potential. Think of it like this. Your thoughts are the seeds, your brain is the soil, and your focused attention is the water and sunlight. When you combine all these elements, you create the perfect conditions for growth and transformation. But here's the thing, knowing the formula isn't enough. You've got to put it into action. Start small. Choose one area of your life you want to improve. Then use the techniques we've discussed. Visualization, affirmations, selective attention to nurture that seed of change.